You open your eyes. The ground beneath you is cold, hard, and the color of rust. For a moment, you don't understand. The light is wrong, the air is wrong, the silence is total. Then it hits you. You are not on Earth anymore. You have woken up on Mars, 40 million kilometers from home. And this is what it would feel like to live it, second by second. Your first instinct is to breathe. Don't. The air here is almost pure carbon dioxide, and there is barely any of it. The pressure is less than 1% of Earth's. Out in the open, with no protection, you would last only seconds before passing out. In this near vacuum, the water inside your body would begin to boil, even in the freezing cold. So picture yourself sealed in a suit, breathing, safe enough to look around, because what surrounds you is like nothing on Earth. You push yourself up, and your body almost leaps off the ground. Mars pulls you with barely a third of Earth's gravity. You feel light, almost powerful, as if every step could become a jump. A rock that would be heavy back home rises in your hand as if it were hollow. You look out, and the world is a frozen red desert, stretching flat to a horizon that feels strangely close. Mars is smaller than Earth, so the edge of the world curves away sooner. It feels like you could almost see where it ends. Everything is buried under a fine, rusty dust, the color of dried blood. It is iron, slowly rusting for billions of years. You take a step, and your boot leaves a print that could stay there, untouched, for 1,000 years. Now look up. The sky is not blue. By day, it glows a pale, dusty butterscotch. And the sun, the same sun you have known your whole life, hangs there smaller and weaker, 2/3 the size it looks from Earth. Then, as it sets, the strangest thing happens. The sky around the sun turns a soft, electric blue. On Mars, the days are red, and the sunsets are blue. Then there is the cold. Even on a warm afternoon, it rarely climbs above freezing. And at night, the temperature plunges far below -100 degrees. The air is so thin that sound can barely travel. Your own shout would come out faint, flat, and small. You are standing in the coldest, quietest, emptiest desert any human has ever known. But Mars hides giants. Far on the horizon rises Olympus Mons, a volcano nearly 3 times taller than Mount Everest. It is so impossibly wide that if you stood on its slopes, the ground would seem flat, and its peak would be lost above the sky. And tearing across the planet runs Valles Marineris, a canyon so long it would stretch from one side of the United States to the other. Next to it, the Grand Canyon would look like a tiny scratch in the dirt. When night falls, you search the sky for the moon, but there is no moon here. Instead, 2 tiny, misshapen worlds race overhead. Phobos, the larger, rises in the west and crosses the whole sky in just a few hours. Behind it crawls Deimos, so small and distant that it looks like nothing more than a moving star. And one day, in the far future, Phobos will be torn apart by gravity, and Mars will wear a ring made of its broken pieces. Then, low above the horizon, you notice a single point of light, brighter and steadier than any star. It is not a star, it is faintly, unmistakably blue. You are looking at Earth. From here, your entire world, every ocean and every city, fits inside a single pale blue dot you could hide behind your thumb. Everyone you have ever known, everyone who has ever lived, all of human history, is happening on that one tiny spark of light. And if you try to speak to them, your words would take 20 minutes to cross the emptiness, and 20 more to come back. Standing there, you feel a loneliness no one on Earth has ever truly felt. There is no one for 40 million kilometers, no help, no rescue, no other footprint in the dust but your own. Just you, the endless red silence, and a pale blue dot in the dark that used to be home. Mars is not a world that welcomes us. It is cold and dead and completely indifferent to whether we live or die. And yet, we are coming within your lifetime. Human beings will wake up on this red world for the very first time. They will breathe inside sealed habitats, walk where only machines have walked, and look up at that blue dot from another planet. And in that moment, we will no longer be a species bound to a single world. We will have become something new, a people of 2 planets.